This one thing will give you a foundation to get through your self-doubt and insecurities as a creative person. It'll give you something to hold on to forever. And I'm going to tell you what it is. So your why is something that I think is very important for a creative person. Your why is something that can give you a groundwork, a framework around the purpose of the things that you're doing as an artist. So how do you find this why? If you don't already have one, this is something that you can start to look into for yourself. Take some time and allow yourself to analyze why you are doing the things that you are doing. What are the reasons? Are they good reasons? Are they bad reasons? There are a lot of people that do things maybe for the wrong reasons. It doesn't mean that they won't always work, but I think from a longevity standpoint, it's going to be tough to maintain that creative juice, that creative spirit, and a consistency of work. One of those reasons might be to get rich. Now, there are a lot of people who are making videos on TikTok and YouTube, young people that want to just be famous and get rich, and maybe some will, but the majority of those people will not. And it's something that's not sustainable. So unless you're making something for pure reasons that fill you up with excitement and joy and love, then my bet is you're gonna burn yourself out. It's not gonna be worth it. And it just falls into that category of doing things for the wrong reasons. We've seen it in history over and over. It generally doesn't work out for you. Another bad reason would be to simply just do something out of revenge or have the, oh, look at me kind of an attitude. Again, I don't think that's gonna propel you into a condition of longevity in creating work, because you may accomplish that, and then what? Maybe you get that person that you were doing all this for to recognize it and say, okay, but it doesn't have the outcome that you thought, that you intended. These are just some general ideas in terms of, in my opinion, just whys that aren't really grounded, that aren't solidified in positivity. And I don't think that they can translate into longevity. But if you can sit down and say, hey, this is something that I absolutely love doing. I love sculpture. I love painting. I love making music. And I want to showcase that. If you do that on a daily basis, that's a foundation that you can hold on to. And when creating your why around that, that's something that you have to look inward at. And you can keep that private for yourself. It's not anything that you have to put out to the world. Some people that maybe just had a newborn, their why might be that little baby boy or girl. That's why they're doing the things that they're doing, to support that person. And that's strong. Some people might be doing it for just the love of it. They might wake up every day and get out of bed and just know, even through all the rejection that they've faced, this is something that they have to do. That feeling is strong, and hold on to that. Don't run away from that. That means something, because not everyone does have that feeling. So when you're picking your why, if you haven't done so already, those things that excite you, that give you the creative juice, those inner workings with how you feel, hold on to that, decipher that, analyze it, figure out, why do I feel this way? What is it? And then from there, you can create your foundation of your why. Now, your why could be anything from, sure, maybe some bad reasons like, I want to be rich and famous. Again, I don't think that's going to give you longevity. You're going to burn out, especially if you don't get there. But if your why is something about, I want to be a storyteller so that I can touch people and I can change the world. I want to make documentaries so I have an impact on positivity in the world. That's a strong why. That's awesome. If you're a photographer and you want to simply evoke emotion out of someone that looks at your photographs and you can hold on to that, that's something that feeds your soul, that's a strong why. You're touching other people in a positive way. And your success and fulfillment will all come from that. That's the good stuff. That's what's important. That's a way to keep longevity in your field and not burn out. So really think about what does feed your soul and the purpose that you are doing what you're doing. And is it grounded in reality? Is it just for you, or are you helping other people? Are you touching other people? Are you entertaining other people? I think the other is important in this conversation when deciding on your why. Sure, you can make things for yourself that make you feel good, things that you would want to see in the world. That's really what us as artists do. We take from our experiences and we make things that we enjoy, that we like, and we want others to enjoy it too. But digging deeper and finding that foundation of truly your purpose and why you are doing that will lock in that framework for you and allow you to consistently get up every morning and be excited about the work that you're doing. So think about that for a minute. Think about how you can change the world or help others, entertain them, evoke emotion, bring joy into someone else's world. That's just a stepping stone, a suggestion, but think about it for yourself and what the purpose of your work is and why you do it. And only you can answer that. At the end of the day, if you are simply just doing something that gives you joy and that's your why, I think that's great too. It doesn't necessarily have to be this big, huge thing, this world-changing piece of art. But make sure, at the least, if it is something that's just for you, that it is bringing you happiness and joy. And be honest with yourself about that. Because the worst thing to do is get into a pattern of making things that you aren't happy with or aren't feeding your soul, that just don't do anything for you. Because if they aren't doing anything for you, it's doubtful that they're going to do anything for anyone else. And that's the truth. And I know I'm being very general here, but you got to dig deep because there can be all these different types of whys. Everyone has personal feelings and attitudes towards what they're doing and why they're doing it. And you know the truth deep down. You truly do. And you know whether it's a good or bad why. But if you pick a why based around positivity, based around giving, even if that giving's for yourself, I think that's a great thing. But you'll know what that is. Sit down, put the phone away, get away from the TV, and just allow yourself to think and be with yourself and understand what you want to do, what your purpose is with your work. And when you find that purpose, you can decide on your own why. And I think you're going to greatly benefit from that over your career, over your lifetime. I think it's going to help you in the long run to have that foundation to get you through the tough times. When it is hard and you're struggling, you can always go back to your why. You can always go back to that foundation and remember what you're doing, why you're doing it. That's the purpose. That's the reason. Hold on to that. Don't give up. Keep making. Peace.